welcome back to The Eighth Plot. We're here doing another What If episode.
It's been so long.
Yes, it's been very long. We have...
Scott has been holding his breath the entire time.
Oh, go on.
And he can breathe now.
I was getting blue in the face for a little bit there.
I think you unless you're joining us now for the first time in ever, welcome to The Eighth Plot. I've said that already. But this is a What If episode where we imagine what we would do if we were thrown into various movie universes, and we try to come up with like a different scenario for the key what if question. Did you not hear me talk?
Jurassic Park, Batman, Captain America, Star Wars. Did we do Star Wars?
Yeah, we did do Star Wars.
What else?
Yeah, I remember Star Wars. That was one of the best episodes.
Iron Man.
Superman.
Thor?
No, we didn't do Superman. We
did.
meant to do Superman.
We should end up talking about Superman.
We did 4. I think we did 4.
We've not done 4 yet.
We
No.
haven't done 4? No, we have done 4.
Have we? No, we
Yeah.
haven't.
Okay.
Since when?
No way.
Yeah, I'm sure we did it.
No.
If not, coming soon. A Thor episode. So, well, okay, we've done a few of these, and I think they're quite good. I find them very
That's rather
funny.
biased.
But yeah, but I am biased
You
towards my
say
own
you
stuff.
hate them, Scott.
Go on and say you hate them for
I'm indifferent.
to be fair and balanced. Go on.
I'm indifferent to
I'm
them.
indifferent to them. How do you feel about them then?
I feel great about it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think that's balanced. Today's movie universe is the Toy Story universe. Did we agree only to do the first 3 or all 4 of them?
I think we agreed to 3, and then you decided, oh no, let's do a 4th.
I think we need
In
to throw
spite of the fact that the 4th film is terrible.
I don't quite
It
agree
serves
with
no
that.
purpose.
I don't. Lots of films don't serve no purpose. Don't serve no purpose. That's wrong.
Learn English,
Lots-
man.
But it doesn't matter. For a writer, that's a terrible thing to say to a writer. But
Good, I'm glad.
I think we'll include it because there's some things in it I want to talk about, so we have to.
Alright.
And I'm in charge here still, and
Spider-Man,
yeah.
we did Spider-Man. Did you say something?
So, as
No, I
always-
didn't. Spider-Man, there we go.
as always, we're going to talk
Other
first.
episodes will be available.
Dang it, Ben!
You'll know what this is about if you go and watch those previous episodes, so please do. And
Inside jokes.
inside jokes, indeed. We don't explain them to anyone.
Apart from ourselves and our viewers.
No. Find out for yourself by going and watching our old episodes, then liking and subscribing to those liking those episodes, commenting on those episodes with your own thoughts and feelings, and ultimately subscribing to this channel.
If we get enough comments, we might do a video about their comments.
Yes, I would love to do a video about comments who watched our video and commented on
comment.
our video. But
We need more ideas.
as always, we're
Comment.
going
Even to tell Mark that he sucks. Do it.
Yes.
that's
Yes.
awful. I'm gonna cut this bit out, or will I?
They'll never know.
Yes. We start as always with a little bit of review of these films. You've already,
Oh, no,
Ben's
we don't.
given.
No, we don't.
No, we do.
We've got to do...
Oh,
that
sorry,
bit
I
first.
forgot. Yeah, we always sort of take a sort of position on this show as we try to talk about what we would do.
A show
or
is
like
a
what
bold
would-
word for what this is.
Yeah, what would the neutral sort of position to take, and what would the good and evil
The
position to
overseer,
take?
you might say.
So the overseer is going to be represented by young Andy in this sense. I
Why
think
him, Mark?
because I'm going to tell you why, Ben. Because he is essentially the one.
Whoa,
who,
a graphic!
because there's a theory that he is driving all these stories, that he's actually making it all up as he goes, and even when he's not there, he's still like manipulate. It's all in Andy's head anyway. And I think as Andy is the
all a
controller
dream.
/ owner, which is a bit which we'll explore later, of these toys, and therefore he gets to be the overseer. If we're talking about good, I think we have to say that Woody and Buzz are the good guys of the series. They're definitely the primary candidates. They're driving the POV a lot of the times, and it's their own differing opinions on toys, the nature of toys, which drive things forward. Unless it's Bo.
You know who
or-
should be the
or
overseer,
Jesse.
actually?
Who?
Lenny the Binoculars.
But he's in it like
Yeah,
once.
Yeah, but he
he's in
sees
the first
everything.
one.
But he's not seeing everything
That's
because
so-
sometimes he's in a treasure chest not doing anything.
Ah,
It doesn't work.
Who would be an overseer of everything?
In Toy Story, I've already told you it's Andy.
I
probably his mum. His mum knows everything. I
That's
mean, let's
true.
be honest, she knows that the toys are moving.
Does she?
Yeah, the baby monitor, as we've discussed previously.
How dare you? How dare you?
Actually, no. The baby monitor. I think he's right. Keep that thought. I want to
It's
come back
my
to that.
fault!
Well, okay, whatever. Sorry.
He just nicked it.
No. It's. I've had a different thought about the baby monitor thought that you've had. We'll get to this thoughts in a minute. And of course, the evil I think that's prevalent in all Toy Story is like maturity, getting old, growing out of toys. That is the constant threat to all of them.
So what
in
you're saying
each
is
film.
just life.
Life,
Is evil.
life is evil in the Toy Story. Growing up
Or
is evil in the Toy Story universe.
is it just like really young children who don't know how to play with the toys?
No,
and
they're-
so destroy them.
No, they're doing exactly what they should do, and no one's told them otherwise.
Yeah, and yet it's evil.
It's not evil.
Yes, baby children go around
We'll discuss
as we
this.
saw in Toy Story
Sid
3.
is not
Yeah.
actually.
They just go around
evil.
going smash, 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 smash.
Yeah, but
like
they're
that.
young and they don't know what they're doing. But they're playing with toys. They're discovering how to play with toys in that situation. However, it's when Andy gets old that's where their previous life ends, and then Bonnie will get old and they'll have to face this again.
So technically,
10
is
years
the
down the
ultimate
line.
evil Black Sax?
What? Oh yes, the attic. The attic and the black sacks and the boxes.
I would
and
argue
them
the
all.
attic is a much more pleasant place to be.
Or is it still
We'll have that
Sid
argument
because he's a
later.
garbage man now?
No, but he's a happy garbage
I
man.
Yeah, but
Allegedly.
he throws them away.
No, does he?
No.
We don't
he
know
would,
that.
He would do if
He's
they
throwing
were in
trash.
the black bag.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that, so you can't hold him.
And his
responsible.
mum is evil.
No, I've told
Yes.
you. No, it's getting
Yes.
old.
Mark, you're evil.
Evil.
It's the position of
The
this one.
claw. The claw's evil.
No, the claw is like is a god to those.
The claw is a
creatures.
cult.
Yes, the claw is a cult. So the claw
Or is it
can't
Al?
be evil. Al isn't evil. He just wants to make money off selling toys.
Capitalism. There we go. Here it is. Here it is.
As
Capitalism.
always, we know that capitalism is evil in all of these things.
As you'll find out from all the other episodes.
Which is why they keep making Toy Story films to get more money and more profits, just like
So is
capitalism.
Disney the ultimate
if the
evil?
toys were
In
never
this-
made, the toys only were made
Disney
for
isn't in
capitalism.
this film. They
What?
don't. They never. Disney aren't self-referenced in this, aren't they? Not at all. There's no like Disney film, except Disney made the Buzz Lightyear film, for whom Buzz Lightyear is
Yeah, but they
it
bought-
comes from. So does that mean that Disney does exist in the Toy Story universe? Because Buzz Lightyear is based on a film,
Yeah.
and therefore that's where the toy comes from. So the film came first.
It's
So
just production.
and that film was made by Disney. So wow, that's a bit of a twisty thing to get your head around.
Not a great film to base your main character off, but it was alright.
And it's not included in this because it's not a Toy Story film.
I dislike.
Is it not?
Yes, let's get
It's
back
based
to.
off the title character.
Let's get back to. Okay, have you? We've
I-
done this bit that I missed
I
out earlier.
dislike the fact
Now,
that Lightyear sort of destroyed Buzz Lightyear's origin in Toy Story 2.
does it?
Yeah.
What's the what?
Because I am your father, but it's not his father. Turns out it's him.
I know that was a continuity error,
Hate it.
but maybe Zurg just didn't. Maybe Zurg just doesn't. Whatever.
Maybe-
Not Zurg. It's not
he-
Zurg. It's Buzz Lightyear.
So technically, Zurg forgot that he was his father.
Yeah.
He's schizophrenic or something. I am your father. Wait,
No,
hold
no,
on.
I'm you.
You are my father. Wait, no.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
He is my father.
Well, maybe Zurg just believes what he's programmed to be, like Buzz is in that film.
No, but Zurg is Buzz. That's the point.
But he doesn't know. But Zurg wouldn't know that he thinks. Because Zurg is also this thing. Why are we talking about this? We're doing Toy Story. But just to
it's
end
like-
this now.
No. It's
Zurg,
like why we reference like the old lady in Titanic is Rose. I don't know why I keep calling her the old lady from Titanic.
Okay,
'Cause it's Rose.
let me put it like this: Zurg the toy, is like Zurg the character is a sort of alien overlord for most of the Buzz Lightyear film. He's like the bad guy, right? So the toy, based off that, thinks he's that alien overlord rather than realizing he's Buzz. Because
But
you
then
know,
he's from the film, so he would know.
I don't know. This is one of the problems. Let's just get to our review, and then we'll discuss all these problems with Toy Story, but not Lightyear. So, guys, quickly, because this takes too long when we do it normally.
Why have we been taking a long time?
Quick reviews of Toy Story quadrilogy.
Do you want my thoughts really quickly?
Go ahead, Scott.
1 good, 2 good, 3 average, 4 bad.
Free average. That's interesting. Ben.
Do you want me to do it in the same way that Scott did?
Yes, please do.
1 good, 2 amazing, 3 yeah, and 4 bleh.
If it was
That's
me,
much better.
I would have to say 1 very good, 3 worthy, very good sequel. Did I say 3? No, 2 worthy, very good sequel. 3 is I'd agree, it's kind of but good ending, nice way of ending the series. I thought like you could have just stopped there, and I would have been happy for the rest of my life, rather than knowing that they're all going to get again. They're going to have to get thrown away somewhere down the line. And then 4, I quite enjoyed it. It's
serves no
a
purpose.
standalone Toy Story. It doesn't mean like
No,
it's
it
just
just doesn't work.
doesn't work. You don't think?
It destroys
I like
Woody's
Duke
character.
Kaboom.
Duke Kaboom is great because he's Keanu Reeves, but
I'm going
Forky is just like this.
I'm going to say this about it. The central conflict in that story is the doll. Doll. That's correct.
Oh,
Trying
yeah.
to-
I'm sick of sympathetic villains.
No, but
And villains who aren't actually villains. I just
Yes.
want a
No,
pure
but
bad guy.
the main,
I don't
the main
care.
point of that thing, she was trying to get her hands on Woody's voice box.
Yeah,
right?
and it would have been so much more sinister if she just did it evilly.
But Woody has proven that you can talk without your voice box and you can sound like your voice box. So she doesn't need the voice box. She just has to.
So she's a stupid villain
Yes.
too.
So she just has to talk like Woody did in the first film to Sid, and then she didn't need the voice box.
So play nice.
Exactly.
I have the same opinion of Toy Story 2 as I do Shrek 2. Because I think they're just both...
I think they're
Good.
really good sequels. I don't think,
Perfect adaptations and sequels.
yeah.
Some might say
I
it's
don't know
better
if
than
they.
the first one.
I don't.
Easily.
I'd agree. The second one's better than the first.
And it's
It's
very
less-
rare to get a good sequel now.
Yeah, but no.
Captain America 2.
Why does
You got me there.
The Dark Knight 2. Well, not The Dark Knight 2, but The Dark Knight.
That's okay, you got me
I
there.
kind of thought that all four films kind of deal with like the sort of life a toy would have. Like it deals with in the first film,
Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
it's a toy being that's a good sequel. But anyway,
Yeah, I am. I'm listing good sequels.
I'm just saying that the first film deals with how a toy, like the favourite toy, deals with being replaced, which happens to all toys. The second toy is the toys facing the fact that they used to mean something, and they're collectible now. I think that's something a toy might.
But
go
only
with.
one of them is collectible.
Yeah.
The rest.
But it's still sort of saying something about that's a potential life choice for a toy, so to speak. And then the third one is dealing with the toys have reached the end of their life. But it is quite common for toys to be reset and start life with a new kid. Happens all the time. And then the fourth film is dealing with the toys that aren't toys but kind of are to children, and what makes a toy a toy. And I thought all four films are sort of, they're dealing with, if toys were alive, these are the life issues I can imagine them dealing with. So that's why I think the whole series as a whole is quite good. Even number 4 is okay.
no, I think 4 destroys the universe.
Yeah, 4 sucks.
Well, in that case, let's talk about why that is. With what we're going to do today, we had trouble thinking of what we would do if we were thrown in the Toy Story universe, because it's kind of...
So what's the point of this being a what if episode?
Yeah, but it's still...
It's more
we'll get to that a little
if.
bit. But what we want to talk about mostly is this. How completely messed up the Toy Story universe is, and how it's almost impossible to either take advantage or do good in it because of how nothing makes sense. And we're going to talk about that
And
now.
I've got a very long list.
Go ahead.
Okay, first off, the inconsistencies of toys that are alive and not.
Have you got a list?
He's got an
Yes,
actual
Oh
list.
my
a very big
goodness.
list.
Let's spend some time on this first one. The
Okay.
inconsistency of what?
Toys that are alive and toys that can and cannot speak. Baby in the Toy Story 3 can only make baby noises,
Hold
but
on,
Rex can
hold
speak
on.
and not just roar.
We need to discuss individually. I mean, like, don't just power ahead.
I feel like
No,
that
I
might
thought
be
this
my
is the
dyslexia.
same thing, isn't it? Like,
No.
is the what the baby in number 3, the big baby,
Oh, yeah.
it only talks in baby sounds, but why can't it talk like a human being? All the other things do.
Because Lotso has corrupted their brain, and so to stay in that state,
Okay, what about the monkey in Toy Story 3? Why
it's
does
just
it only...
funny.
Oh, it's funny that it makes chimp noises, but why can't it
Well,
talk?
that's Seal.
well, I've got a bit of a stuffy nose.
But why doesn't the monkey talk? Why does Wheezy, why does he talk using his what's that thing in it? That squeaker thing. He talks through the squeaker. Why? He doesn't need, like no one else does. Woody doesn't talk through his voice box. He talks out of his...
He doesn't speak through his squeaker, does
He
he?
does. When he talks, he wheezes through it.
That's purely...
Why is he breathing? Why is he breathing? What the... Man, I didn't even realise. How does he breathe? Why is he breathing? Why? They don't need
Do
oxygen.
toys need to breathe?
Do toys need to breathe? I don't know. Probably not. Oh, no, but Buzz almost dies in the very first film because he thinks he can't breathe.
No, he doesn't.
But then he breathes in. So clearly...
No, he's just over dramatic.
He's over dramatic.
No,
Okay.
he doesn't. He doesn't actually breathe in.
Yeah, he does.
No, he
he,
doesn't.
Woody plops the helmet back.
Yeah, and then he goes.
And then he starts
he
breathing
doesn't
in.
actually breathe though. He just goes and then falls to the floor, and then he's like, "The air isn't toxic." He
So he's
doesn't
breathing it
actually
in.
breathe
How does he know the air is not toxic?
because
Unless he's breathing in.
He doesn't breathe, but he realizes he's
But
not dead.
Wheezy does
He
breathe.
doesn't though.
Wheezy does breathe.
He's got dust in.
like that. So he's breathing. Okay, so
And why?
there is a lot
why
of
is it
inconsistency.
that there's only a limit to how far they can run, and then they start panting?
Oh yeah,
True.
that does happen though.
They are
do
made of
pant.
plastic. They should be able to just run forever, and yet they work
Actually-
almost like humans.
Slight aside, I just thought of something.
No, the tangent. It's tangent.
No, it's not really a tangent.
It is a tangent.
No, it's not a tangent because it's what we normally talk about. If you think about it, if I was thrown into the Toy Story universe, then I would get a bunch of toys and run them on treadmills, producing free electricity without carbon dioxide, and I've solved global warming.
That's such a good idea.
Because they not all of them pant. But if you think about it, our season, no. But there's a fire truck, right? So that moves around of its own accord on its wheels, even though it doesn't have anything resembling an actual engine,
Yeah.
clockwork or otherwise inside. So you stick that on a treadmill, it runs forever, the treadmill rolls around, power generation forever.
True that.
You could
But
even
then presumably-
miniaturize it, make a really, really, really small toy running on a really small treadmill.
presumably, though, the wheels would eventually wear out.
Yeah, but that happens.
So
that happens in any
so you
renewable
get-
power plant. Solar panels wear out. You replace them, but they're still more efficient or better for the environment than a
Yeah.
giant coal plant. So 1,000 toys running on 1,000 treadmills generating electricity that feeds a whole town. So that wasn't a tangent. That's what I would do in the
Sorry,
Toy Story
tangent,
universe. I'd start our own power plant powered by toys.
All right.
Free. That's
Speaking-
How
I'm
would
just
you get
making-
them to run though?
Oh, you just tell them to. They're toys. They pay you.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They're
Well, I know that.
pretending
Well,
not to be.
I know
What
that.
would you do?
Okay.
Hey, buddy, I know you're alive.
Well, no, I would
So take-
take them home. I'd buy a bunch of new toys that would run really well. I'd take them home.
How do you know they're going to run really well?
Well, you just choose toys that would run really well.
How do you know?
How do you know that they're going to run really well? How do you
Well,
know
I-
they're not disabled toys?
How does Woody run? He's got no bone
It
structure to
doesn't
him.
matter. He can. Buzz Lightyear runs. So I know he does. So I buy a bunch of Buzz Lightyears. I leave them in the room with a camera. They'll move around, and then I'll set them all down in front of the TV, show them the footage they're moving around, and go, I know that you
Wouldn't
run.
they see you put the
No,
camera in?
because it's before I buy them. I put them all. I set this all up before they arrive.
Speaking of cameras,
Yes.
Toy Story 3, right?
Hang on.
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
I will
No,
do.
no, no,
Back
I'm
to you,
speaking
Scott.
right now.
Back to you, Scott. Sorry. That was one plan. We're done with that. That's my plan.
Okay.
I figured out all the nuance to it. I answered your question.
Good, 'cause I was getting
I would
upset.
make money out of a Toy Story power plant. That's how I would do it. Back to you, Scott.
Toy Story 3, right?
Yeah.
What if a grown... So the monkey in the CCTV room.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they're recording that, right?
Presumably.
What if an adult just goes, oh yeah, there's a break-in last night. I need to check the footage.
Yes.
And sees all these toys just moving
Yeah.
about.
That has to
Being
happen.
thrown into cages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a
And the-
fascist dictatorship in the nursery run by a bear. The most comfortable, huggable bear. Not really.
Smells like strawberries.
And a baby walking around, like being the enforcer, the conciliary. What was the other toy? I forget the other. Lotso had another.
It was
Another
a
henchman.
clown.
Ken.
Oh, the henchman. It was an octopus or Chunk.
I thought it was Ken.
Well, Ken was also
No, Ken
there,
was
but there
there
was
being an
also
idiot.
Chunk who had the
Ken
switching
was
face.
like the propaganda minister for.
and also the
Lotso's-
bug who had the huge muscles.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a brutal regime now that I think about it.
Capitalism, mate.
No, it's Nazism, I think you're It's a fascist dictatorship. That's what that was, at least, in that daycare system.
All right, back to your list, Scott.
But hang on.
No, I'm not finished. I've still
the
got so many
camera
things to
thing.
talk
I want to
about.
expand on your camera thing.
No, I don't
that
need to.
absolutely would have. They would have absolutely discovered the fact that toys are moving around, and
Yeah.
like all the CCTV in Al's toy barn, stuff like that.
Yeah. Referencing back to one of your other videos about Toy Story,
Yeah. What was
which is, I don't know, it's just one of references.
Oh,
Go
my-
watch that.
Oh yeah, there was an honest movie news episode you can go watch,
Oh yeah,
which is
where you...
very funny and no
It was
spoilers.
good. It was good. It was
But
good
it's
fun.
hilarious.
Look, here's the thumbnail. What?
Yeah.
On the
Oh
screen
yeah,
right there.
yeah. There's the thumbnail now. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
Anyway, Scott, back to your list.
So and the
I can't
income.
believe you can put thumbnails on the screen,
I
Scott.
know.
You're so
I
powerful.
know. Just
It would be really bad if it didn't come up.
I don't know, maybe look good. But I'm going to do it again. So here's a picture of Woody and a speaker. Like, it's on the screen now. Look. So, and the inconsistencies of the toy size, right? So that speaker with that microphone.
Oh yes. I see
So
that in this
assuming
picture.
it's built for a child, right?
Yep.
That speaker and the microphone, but yet it fits perfectly in Woody's hand. It's not too big for him. It's not too small for
But
him.
Woody's quite
It fits
big toy.
No, it's no bigger than like a forearm or whatever.
No, but have you actually seen the toys, the Buzz and Woody toys that you can buy
Woody is
that are
like
supposed
a
to
bit
be the best of the best?
Like lower leg.
No.
Yeah,
Forearm.
Woody. I would have said that
He
Woody
is
is
big.
quite cool.
He's not 6 inches. He's like this big.
Yeah, I would have said that because if you buy a Buzz Lightyear toy, it's actually quite big. It's like a foot tall or something to have everything
Yeah, but
working.
still,
in it.
the
Also,
the
have you seen
speaker
Andy?
was-
hold
However,
it?
then there's also the traffic codes, which are incredibly big compared to them.
Yeah. No, they're normal sized traffic cones, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're bigger than them like, substantially.
Oh yes, you're right.
And also, when they're held in like Woody's hands, he's like clasps them.
Maybe the speaker you're talking about was supposed to be a little speaker for a toy.
No, it's not. No.
It's supposed to be a working
No.
speaker.
Yes.
But maybe it's for a baby, so...
Yes.
But Woody's hands would be comparable to a baby's hand. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. There's no size... There's no way of... Oh, no, there is. An Etch-a-Sketch. An Etch-a-Sketch is
It's bigger than the iPad you're typing on right now.
An Etch-a-Sketch is bigger than the iPad, but I just want to see...
And so Woody is about this big.
No, but I've never seen... We didn't see Woody
Yeah, we
hold...
did.
So...
We saw him
Buzz,
do a standoff with it.
Buzz and...
That's true.
There is an image.
A duel.
There is literally an image of them standing side by side on the screen. And
Oh,
we're going to
I feel an image coming.
If I can
Show-
find
image.
it, it's quite... Okay, now look. Here's a picture of an Etch-a-Sketch. I'll try and get it on the screen. It's a GIF, actually. But there's Buzz and an Etch-a-Sketch. And you said an Etch-a-Sketch is... So Buzz must be about as tall as an iPad is when it's standing horizontal.
Harvard.
That's actually small, and that Woody's only a little bit taller. So yeah, I'm with Scott. There is a bit of size inconsistency.
Also show the Woody with the Etch.
No, but
because
Woody's
he is
in the foreground and Etch-a-Sketch is in the background. So that doesn't.
There's
help.
another.
Oh no! Yes,
there-
I can see it now. Okay, Woody is look at how big Woody is.
Woody
much,
is
much taller.
huge!
He's huge compared to an Etch-a-Sketch.
He's got a long head.
How
that's
big
why.
is Woody?
Woody's must be. Woody's got to be a foot tall.
I mean, Buzz only comes up to about his shoulder, doesn't he?
Yeah. Let's just check the image we've got on the screen. Yeah, he comes up to his shoulder.
Woody is huge.
So we just had to find that other toy and we'll prove Scott wrong. Again.
Well, I've got too many on this list to
Keep
go through
going
them
then. Keep going.
all. I think we covered a lot of them.
Hang on a minute. I'm just trying to think if there's something here. Well, if you know that Etch-a-Sketches are like they're capable of sentient thought and they're capable of doing really good artwork. Do you know what I would do? I'd go into the Toy Story universe. I would make an Etch-a-Sketch, make me artwork, and then I'd sell it on Instagram.
But some guys...
Make your Instagram reference. What do you want to see on an Etch-a-Sketch? I'll do it.
Yeah,
He goes,
but-
I want
Okay, I
Monet's
see.
bridge over lilies, and he goes, okay, give me. I'll put that on my Instagram tomorrow. Etch-a-Sketch. Hold a gun to it. Obviously, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to force it. And then, come on, draw me that.
Draw me a picture.
And it
Draw
will
me a
do
picture.
the best Etch-a-Sketch drawing as possible. And then I put that on
However-
Instagram. I'm Instagram famous.
However, would he actually know what that looked like without you showing him a picture?
Well, it doesn't matter. I'll just show him the picture of the lilies that people want.
How does he
He's
see...
like
How
an
does he see
AI.
where he's going?
He's actually like an AI generation machine.
Oh
And
my
Etch-a-Sketch.
goodness.
Etch-a-
Toy Story predicted
Yes!
AI chatbot.
They did. No, not chatbot.
chatbot.
The whatever. Womble,
whatever.
Wambo, whatever the
Thing
Image
is-
generation, like...
Other
on the horse.
AI chat things are available. So yeah, that's what I would do. Yes, Toy Story predicted it. Yeah, but you're right. How does he see? He's got no eyes.
I don't know, who
Do you
knows?
need eyes? I mean, Piggy's dots. His
Piggy's
eyes.
dots.
Wait, he's got
Ham.
two black eyes. Yeah, Pam's.
Ham. Come on.
He's got two dots on his. How is that enough to see?
Apologies, viewers.
But it's also like though I don't know. This is why it's such an inconsistent, stupid universe.
However, also, Woody has
This
got...
is worse than Monsters Inc. and why they need to
Woody
need to
has
scare
got-
children.
Woody has got painted on the eyes on his
Yeah.
his head. if you were to rub away the paint, would it mean that he's blind?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because the sculpted eye is still there.
Well,
speaking of paint,
Mrs. Potato Head loses her eye, and she doesn't know where it is.
That's
so
not paint, is it?
No, but it ceases to function as an eye. She never... Does she...
It does work. It's
well,
just
no,
she
but
doesn't...
only when she closes her other eye. So she's lost...
Untrue, because she sees
She has a
it
wireless
when
connection to it.
When she puts her other eye under, she can see both.
I just thought something else, because we talked about Mr. Potato Head. If you're the CIA, I would go back and work for the CIA, and I would...
How do you work for the CIA?
Well, I'd start at the bottom and work my way up. But
how
either way...
How do you get into the CIA?
I don't know
you
how.
don't know this.
No.
You need to know this.
Well, no, you apply. And, by the way, my application will come with... My information will come with primo intelligence, because what I would do is I just got to put a Mrs. Potato Head or Mr. Potato Head's ear and eye in secret locations, and they're basically filming for me and responding back. So I have the Mr. Potato Head on a shelf, and he goes, so I put your ear in the Russian embassy, because I got another toy that...
Whoa, that's political.
No, yeah, but whatever, I'm doing it. So I get another toy that can fly to drop the ear off in the Russian embassy, and the Mr. Potato...
What toys can fly?
Any helicopter can fly. Any helicopter toy can fly. Because in Toy Story, there's a fire engine which drives around. It doesn't have an engine.
Yeah.
It's just like any other wheeled toy, and yet it can move itself. So therefore, a helicopter toy should be able to spin its own rotors.
And yet, but then no.
But also, I've got a toy drone. That's a toy, isn't it?
No.
It's marketed as toys.
No,
and if I stick 2 eyes and a mouth on it, it's definitely a toy.
That would just be a drone, because like
it doesn't matter. It can still drop the Mr. Potato Head ear off at the embassy, and then Mr. Potato Head on his shelf just tells me what his ear's hearing.
What about
so when I apply for the CIA, I go, by the way, this is all happening, and then they'll go, you're in. I don't know how you got this info, but you're in. And then my CIA career explodes.
I feel like they'd be more suspicious of you having that kind of intelligence.
It doesn't matter. I tell them how I did it, and suddenly the CIA or the MI6 or whatever have access to the best possible intelligence things.
Suddenly, even Mr. Potato Head sells out.
Yeah, and they the Russians are like, why have MI6 brought all these Mr. Potato Heads? But another way to do it is just think about a really, really tiny toy that's like a fly that has wings. It would be able to buzz its wings and fly. And you just send those into embassies, and they listen, and they come back, and they tell you what they saw.
There is no way a toy like that exists.
No, because...
but you make one.
No, choking hazard.
You make one.
No, because the insect beetle thing in Toy Story 3 can't fly, and yet it has wings that move.
That's true.
What? What insect thing in Toy Story 3?
It's like insect action.
You know, Lotso's Enforcer, who's the insect, who's the bug with the really big muscles.
Yeah, but he can't fly because he's too heavy.
No, because he does have wings that are like comparable in size. He does a little jump and they fly.
I thought about this wrong.
But then then he falls to the ground.
All those army toys, you just tell them, right, new mission for you, soldier, infiltrate this thing and get me intelligence. And they would. And they just watch it and they record it. And they walk back to you and they tell you. It's easy. Done. You could, like, if I was in the Toy Story universe, I would use the toys as spying equipment. That's basically what I'm saying. And how
do you know that they're actually going to do it?
You do. Yeah. Do you know what? You use American Action Man toys. They will be so patriotic. So you just do that. Toys are good. Toys will make excellent spies. And if I'm in the Toy Story universe, I know this. I can get them on side. Patriotic toys. That's all I need.
Remind me what we were talking about. Scott,
right, yeah. Sorry, that was an aside of what I would do if I was in the...
control.
No, it's not a tangent because this is what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be talking about what we would do if we're in the Toy Story universe. I just gave you an example. I become a super spy using toys as my secret agents.
Speaking of toys,
especially a Jason Bourne toy.
Would you stop interrupting me? Stop interrupting me.
I'm sorry, Scott. Go ahead.
Infuriates me when you do that. So surely all the toys are alive in the box, right?
Sorry, in the box. Oh,
yeah.
No, because the Buzz Lightyears in that aisle don't move.
They are.
But
they're in hypersleep. Air quotes.
Yeah, but other toys like the.
Yeah, but there's loads of toys in that shelf which aren't moving. Yeah, but and they're not Buzz.
However, the Barbies do move, and presumably.
But aren't they ones that are on display?
But then why would they be on display?
Stinky old Pete moves, and he's mint in box.
But isn't it fair to say that...
Is he actually mint in box?
I don't get it.
As in, like, has he actually been taken out and just put back in?
Yeah, I mean, that's possible.
Because if he hadn't been, then the seal of the box
Yeah,
would
how did
still...
he break that seal?
True.
If it was sealed.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
so
have a
he
pickaxe.
wasn't. It was a lie. Toy Story 2 was all a lie. Al was lying to that. No, I'm so glad he didn't get that money from that Japanese toy museum. He was lying to them. It was not mint in the box, because how else could Stinky Pete break his way out?
And also, you can see the stress marks on the plastic seal at the front where he's pushed against it, so it's clearly not mint.
Yeah, he's been let out. And also, toys are strapped down in these things, so in these sort of packages. So how did he break out of that?
That's true. Just, I want to speak about Toy Story 2, then we can move
Al,
on.
the more I hear about Al, the more I hate him.
However,
you've done it again. You've interrupted me
I
again.
used to get this joke out,
However,
so back to you.
Buzz Lightyear actually breaks out of his box.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does in Toy Story 2 when he gets put back
That's
into
where
it.
he gets helped out.
No, he jumps. He gets out and then he kicks his way out and then slides out.
Well,
and then
he
and then
knows
gets his
how
things
to
off.
do it, and he's desperate. But I don't know.
Yeah, and so
But
Stinky Pete would
couldn't
know
have done that.
as well.
No, because Stinky Pete wouldn't have been able to do that, because his box opens from the front, Boris.
From the side.
Buzz Lightyear
Boris.
opens, slides. I don't know, sorry. But Buzz can kick his way out.
Yeah,
but you can't. But Stinky
However,
Pete's is forward opening.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
I thought it
over
was
to the
side.
internet. Keep going, Ben.
Oh, it is open. It is open. Yeah, it is the front. But what was I going to say? But yeah, Buzz Lightyear takes off the zip ties that are around his wrists, getting out of the box, and so presumably Stinky Pete would be able to as well.
It actually doesn't. I'm looking at old,
He does.
he might not have it. But anyway.
He does. Yeah.
Now, just to finish my list, because I think there's better things to talk about.
What was your point about them not moving?
What?
In fact, what was your
Just
point?
keep going, Scott.
I do have a question about when toys actually come alive.
Yes, and we'll get to that later
Oh, okay,
after
go
I
ahead.
finish my point here.
Sorry.
Toy Story 2 has two of the best sequences in cinema.
Which one?
Yeah.
You know when they're crossing the road
Yeah.
in the traffic cones?
It's
And
very
then
tense.
But it's just so satisfying to watch. And then
Oh,
the
that went well.
and then the second...
You just hear these car beeps and a lamppost falls over. It's so good.
That's good.
Someone got hurt. In
And
that.
the second one immediately
Where did
after
that roll go? Because you hear it smash and people scream. So
the tax
clearly,
had to pay for that.
several people died off screen in Toy Story, and you just don't think about what those toys did.
That's true. And the scene afterwards is when Woody's getting cleaned.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is
so
very,
just
very
gives me chills.
satisfying.
So the two most satisfying bits of cinema in sequence in Toy Story 2. And that should end my contribution to this episode.
there was so much more on that list.
There
That seems
was.
like a big list.
But
Keep going.
otherwise, do you want me to keep going?
I do.
Okay.
Do we want him to keep going, viewers? I heard
I
a
heard
yes.
yes. So,
Because we can hear you.
Oh, yes! It's good.
We can hear you through the screen.
Don't do that. Don't say that about us.
How dare you? How dare you think that about me? That's rude. That's rude. You know who you are.
Like and subscribe for that meanness.
So it's good job you did stop me because I've found a good point here. Woody says in Toy Story 1
Yep.
that they need to break a few rules, right?
Yes.
Who sets the rules?
That's a good point.
Where do these rules come from?
Does a human
Who
stare at every
enforces these
single...
rules?
Is there a wizard in every single toy factory that looks at the toy as it leaves the factory and goes, "You will obey these rules"? or
And
we'll
as we
find
saw,
you"?
there were no consequences for Woody breaking these rules.
No.
So what's the point?
Except for a psychologically damaged child after that.
Well, he wasn't. He was dustbin man afterwards, so he can't have been.
So-
As allegedly.
He was really happy at that role.
He was.
He was listening to music. Anyone will be happy listening to music.
So what rules are they breaking, and who sets these, and what are the consequences?
Yeah. Well, this goes down to my
It's
theory.
not
This
really-
goes to my theory that toys are the ones that impart sentience to toys. It's not the children. It's the toys doing it themselves.
In what relation does
So,
that
no,
have
but
to
so
this?
therefore, there was one toy at the very beginning of all toy time, and it was somehow sentient, and it passed on the sentience to all other toys, and it set the rules. That's my theory.
Okay.
What was that toy?
Well, I don't know. What's the earliest
A
known
wooden
toy?
rocking horse or something?
No. It would have been like a flint thing that they made in Stone Age times.
A flint and steel.
Yeah, flint and steel were the first toys. Well, no, it would have. Sorry, no, it would have been
Fire!
It's stone bronze steel. No, stone bronze iron steel, I guess. But
One last point, because
yeah.
I think otherwise I'll go on for too long. How does in Toy Story 3, right? And then when all the magnet
Yeah.
comes, how does Slinky get down?
yes, because he gets sucked up, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he gets sucked
Wait.
up. No, but we see
No,
no
but he
let him
gets
fall
sucked
down.
up from like 5 feet away, And then the next scene, when they all pass over the churning, spinning blades, he's down on the conveyor belt.
As in the other toys have jumped and grabbed hold of him, and then that weight brings him down.
But then why doesn't he just get sucked back up again?
Because it's lower.
That's true.
Or maybe the magnet thing stops.
Oh, that was such a good point.
It was such a good point. And
when he didn't show up.
If you had been there, we just wasted 2 minutes.
What a waste of my breath.
On that point. And Ben just completely scuppered it. He's right. They all grab hold of Slinky and their weight brings them down.
I suppose I'll go find another point then. I don't. You fill time while I look.
But my thing I wanted to bring up.
No. I thought of another point.
Go ahead.
You can. So surely all toys have to go through the same process Buzz went through of thinking they're alive and they're real.
So?
Stop doing this.
The viewers can't
He's
see
doing
it.
quotation. Yeah, they can't see it. So why are you doing it?
He's doing quotation marks, but with the entire figure. So he's doing it like it's bending over, like limbo or something.
Yes, but surely all toys must go through the same process, right?
I don't think so. It doesn't feel like Woody went through that process.
I don't know.
Because there's no discussion about. Do you remember when we were like that? None of the toys ever do that.
Yeah, that's true.
And in fact, all the toys just go with Buzz. Like, the dinosaur is impressed when he starts talking about being a space ranger. and he goes, is the dinosaur so thick that he's not thinking for 1 minute, wait a minute, he can't possibly be a space ranger, he's a toy. But they're all impressed by it. So, yeah, that's my, like, I don't think, but the little three-eyed aliens in the claw cult, clawology, is that they think... They don't know their toys, do they?
No.
They think they're stuck in that round bowl waiting to be taken to a new world. And I think maybe you're right. Like, maybe they all had to go through it, but like, what was Piggy's existential crisis? Like,
I don't know.
Well, stop calling him Piggy. His name is Ham.
I don't really care. I don't really like that character at all.
How dare you?
I think he causes problems.
He's such a good character.
He wants to be where Woody is, and that's why he's always bringing Woody down.
He's also such a good character.
Like,
voice acted by one of the greatest voice actors ever.
Yeah, the sarcasm from him is just great.
But like, it's like take RC, right? He if he woke up and realised I know that I'm a remote control car. He then has to face the problem of the fact that someone can take control of him at any moment.
True.
With the
Would
controller.
he then just go and destroy the remote?
But if he destroyed the remote, then it's useless as a remote control car, and then he's thrown out. So he can't. It's a catch-22 for RC. He can't destroy the remote that can take control of it at any time. And other toys, literally without his permission, just take control of it. Imagine if you had a controller for your body and you can't destroy it or get rid of it, but because you know it would be the end of you. But anyone can pick it up and start moving you around and make you slap people, hit people, whatever, commit crimes. And it's like, and RC is committing several traffic violations.
It's a toy car. I'm not sure it counts.
So there we go. I'm just saying that RC has got a bad rap. Any remote control device has a bad rap in that.
Have we talked about what classifies as a toy?
Yeah, this is the one that I've heard frequently go around the internet.
Because a spork in Toy Story 4 suddenly becomes a toy because it's got eyes.
And yet, why does it think it's trash?
Yeah, exactly.
Was it sentient in the trash?
Yes! Oh, you're right. I've not even thought of that. If he thinks I'm made of different, I know this was trash, so oh my goodness, all plastic, all trash is sentient and knows it's trash and is happy being trash.
So is everything sentient then? Because everything could be a toy.
Or is it?
So is like a whiteboard a toy?
But maybe it's not. Maybe it's not sentience. Maybe like trash knows it's trash, but doesn't think anything beyond that. So when you gave it an ability to speak and exercise its...
But then how does it get the ability to speak when it's got a whatever it is stuck in its mouth?
Something imparted toyness to...
And why is he called Forky when it's clearly a spork?
Should be called Sporky, really.
You could have called him Pipe Cleaner.
Bonnie is just an idiot.
But it's... Yeah, you're kind of right. But also, here's the thing. He's a solid thing, right? He doesn't move. Like, he doesn't flex legs or feet or arms. Not really. But
why doesn't he flex when Woody can flex his fingers?
yes, exactly. That's my point. Why does this
And
plastic
he doesn't
thing...
even move his pipe cleaners. He just barely moves his popsicle stick's feet.
By the way, for anyone in the comments who says, it's just a film, shut up. Again. No, you do not get the point of this podcast if you're going to say that. We are being pedantic about this.
Why are you still here if that's what you think?
No, it's not what I think.
Steve.
I'm saying, yeah, oh, you
No,
mean,
that's what I'm
them.
telling them.
You're talking to them.
Why are you
yes.
still here if you think that?
Yeah,
However,
exactly.
do comment though, so that we can just rag on you.
That
would be great.
So, yeah, but that's inconsistency. And did we talk about Lego yet?
No, we haven't.
Because,
that's a good point.
For example, I got here on my shelf a gift. That's a Lego Groot. So it's a toy. Well, I don't even know. I don't know if you can call it a toy, but it's a Groot made out of Lego. So if you take a Lego toy apart, does it die? Is each part of Lego the sentient part, and is it like a cell that's part of the human body? Like,
is then like a Lego house sentient, and it can move around?
yes. Exactly.
Or is it like, or is it the little minifigures? Like, are they made of then the same material as the house, and so are they? Is the house made of flesh? Like Lego
Actually,
flesh?
yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Or is the
If you take
people
the
made
head-
of house?
If you take the head off a Lego person and put it on another Lego body, and
Is it then the same person or a
Yes.
different character?
Yes. I don't know.
I would assume it's like
Or is it like that? Oh,
Or maybe the head must
Did
contain
you ever
the
play the
sentience.
PlayStation game where Knack,
No.
where he collects like relics and it makes him bigger? Is it like that where like everything, like there's a source? So like a minifigure is like a source of sentience, and then the little pieces aren't sentient,
And they're just adding
and
to
they
it.
just add it to
They're
it.
like food that
Yeah.
build the body up. I don't know. Because we never see Lego in Toy Story, do we? Or anything like that.
Well, no, because that would be marketing.
But you think that Lego would go, here's some money, put us in your thing? I think Barbie is in it, and she's a trademarked thing, isn't she?
True. Go
What's
see
also
the
in-
Barbie film.
That's another interesting bit.
Yeah,
Barbie
yeah,
and Ken...
100 likes and we'll do that film.
But Barbie and Ken still act like you would expect a Barbie and Ken sentient doll to act, don't they?
Yeah.
So they, like Buzz Lightyear, have kept their thing. Rather
Or
than
is that
becoming...
just their personality?
Well, I don't know, because aren't all the Barbies behave roughly the same way until there's a sort of separate Barbie who's more sentient. Bo, also, by the way, has her arm taken off and she has to put it back. And as soon as she connects it to her body, it starts to work again.
And it has to be stuck. But then also...
So what's that about?
Woody's arm has to be sewn back on.
And yeah, he can't move his... Yeah, so only when it's...
And yet he feels pain when it gets torn.
Does
So
he?
where is his nerves?
Yes.
And
Like,
what
how
does-
can...
and what does
How
that mean for Mr.
can,
Potato Head?
from miles away, can Mrs. Potato Head see through her disembodied eye? What is the Wi-Fi connection there that keep... What is that? What
Bluetooth.
kind of magic is that?
Bluetooth magic.
And the thing is, when we get thrown into the Toy Story universe,
If Slinky...
we know
Have
all
we not
about
got there
this.
yet?
If,
Well, I've done a few things.
if
but we'll get
45
there.
minutes.
We'll get there in a
If
minute.
Slinky was cut, would the back leg still work? Or would it just not work at all?
Then you'd have to weld him together.
Because which bit of him would still work?
Imagine being one of those plastic toys that's whole enough to be alive, but is buried under trash in a landfill. Can't move, can't dig its way out, and it's just stuck there, alive, decomposing for the next 10,000 years. It's a horrifying universe.
It's true.
It's like, okay, getting onto it now. What would we do if we were thrown into the Toy Story universe? The only good thing to do is to
are
save...
we humans or are we...
We'll do this two ways.
Okay.
First way is you're human. I've thrown you into the Toy Story universe right at the beginning, which is you know that Andy's off having a birthday party somewhere, and you're in the same town. That's it. And where do you go from there? And speaking of good things the only good thing would be to save every toy you can. Otherwise, they're all living a hellish existence in an attic. Like you'd have to make
I would
loads of money
argue-
somewhere and buy every single toy and shut down every toy factory, prevent toys, kill the toy industry somehow, because it's horrifying to create billions every year of toys that are just like being left to die.
But then would that actually stop them from being toys? Or is it like the plastic that makes the toys, is the plastic sentient? So is all plastic
Well, that's
sentient, and is there by that logic every single material on Earth sentient in that universe?
Well, you'd have to do some experiments to find out.
Ow! Yep.
Well, no, it can't talk. Like, it needs a mouth to talk, doesn't it?
Draw a mouth, zap it, and see if it yelps.
Yeah. First, you'd have to convince the toys to talk to you as well. You have to prove to them. Look, I know you can talk. Stop staying still. I know you can talk when I'm around because he did it with one. I saw a Woody guy do it with a kid, a psychopathic.
That's creepy.
Do toys actually die?
Oh, that's a good
And
point.
if they do, are kids playing with their husks and their corpses?
That's I don't know where that's come from, but it's
but
good.
it's dark, but it's good. You're right, actually. If whatever toy did die,
Because the owner wouldn't know that it had died.
Just the other toys are watching.
The toys would have a funeral for it, and then the owner just picks up and it's like,
sure, we see a toy die in Toy Story when Sid blows up that soldier.
Does he die?
Well, he gets. Well, we just don't know.
Because
he gets
you've also got
sprayed
the other
over a liberal distance.
Yeah, but you've also got the toy soldiers. Later on in the film, that come out of the mud.
And he's got
One
a
of them
pin.
has decapitated head,
And,
and the other is.
Oh my goodness! So is the head alive? Is the head somewhere being alive? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. But that's
and
why
you've also got like legs with a fishing hook.
you just have to
and
stop
that's
it.
set alive. And
That's true.
and the skateboard with the head, that's alive.
That's true.
So this is why if I got
Sid
thrown
is this
I would feel
mad
compelled.
scientist.
I'd feel compelled
It's like
to
Frankenstein.
stop this
Yeah.
wholesale destruction of toys. You just have to stop it. Otherwise, all these young humans are participating in a sort of barbarous, sort of
And
terrible.
in that in Pizza Planet, when we see in Toy Story 1,
Yeah.
you know the kid with the mallet and
Oh, the
hitting
whack-a-mole.
Are the whack-a-moles alive?
Oh, they're a game. They're not a toy.
Or is it a toy?
What defines
When
a
there's
toy?
a toy, we had this discussion about Monopoly. You play with Monopoly. Does that mean it's a toy? Does play? Do you know? But play means two different things.
Are the little pieces alive? And
Yeah,
so the
exactly.
boot can just hop around.
Yeah.
And the hat just like shuffles or something.
We've actually
And then by
Whatever-
that logic, that little horse guy would be able to gallop around.
whatever magic, science, whatever is going on to animate these toys is basically humans have created artificial intelligence. If it's humans doing it, so we've already made robots. We've already made. In the Toy Story universe, they possibly already made the thing that would kill them. If I was bad as a human, I would just do what I said earlier: be big in the MI6 by using spies as toys or using them to make money, like a power plant. At least that solves global warming,
Yeah.
and climate change, and lots of other things as well. But what would you do if you were evil? Actually, what would you do if you were a toy? Let's move on to that because we are.
I would
think
lead a
about that.
toy revolution. Wait, what toy am I?
That's a good question. You have to be the most bog standard toy. You can't be one of the cooler, better toys.
Can I be like?
Oh, I thought about this. A dinosaur is perhaps the most bog standard toy in existence. Almost every kid has had a dinosaur toy at some point, and regardless of brand. So you can be a T-Rex, a plastic T-Rex. That's what you are. That's your toy.
No, but I think that now is.
I would do what they did in the short Toy Story film, which was the Gladiator film. I can't remember what happened, but Rex got long arms for it. So
Did he like pop out his old arms and get two new big ones?
No, they were like gladiator dinosaurs, and they made advancements to all of them. So they gave armor to like Buzz and Woody, and like axes and swords, and they put them in this gladiator arena, and they gave Rex like long arms. So I'd make myself long arms first.
So you would whatever toy you are, you would adapt your body to be even more deadly.
I would adapt it to be useful because
Okay.
like I'm not going to be able to use like.
Oh yeah, puny little Rex arms.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
And then I would lead a toy revolution.
On your slogan would be.
I would just kill all the humans.
Kill all humans.
I mean, like, what are they going to do?
How would you do this revolution? I guess you could actually do it in absolute secrecy, but you would probably have to fight against some Woody sort of character who instead loves humans and like, no, I've been a toy to this wonderful human
And
called
burn
Andy.
him because he's made of fabric.
So you have to try and fight,
Leave his hands and his head.
and you talk to him in your palace. I won, Woody. The resistance was futile.
Just leave him on my throne.
So you would take out Woody and Buzz and all of Andy's toys first to prevent any kind of rebellion?
Yes.
I would go and... You'd have to take out Lotso as well, because he would be a threat to you.
Very easily burnable.
He's highly flammable.
Buzz, I'd switch to demo mode.
Demo mode. I would go get all the Buzz Lightyears and
Yes.
convince them to be my soldiers.
Yes, and the toy bucket of soldiers
Actually,
bury him, man, bury him.
In the Toy Story universe, the most
string him up by his pull string.
The most bug standard toy is Buzz Lightyear. So you would actually be a Buzz Lightyear in this scenario if I threw you into the Toy Story universe as a toy. You're Buzz Lightyear
I would then defeat the Buzz Lightyear with the blue belt to assert dominance, and I would take his blue belt.
But they're all...
And I would then lead the Buzz Lightyear revolution.
I don't think that's going to work. I don't think all the Buzz Lightyears would join that revolution.
No, because I've got a blue belt.
But now you're in a precarious position of trying to keep up a facade.
I just say, oh, we got to defeat Zurg. All these toys are in our way.
No, I was going to find the most gullible toy and use them as my arm. Oh, the soldiers. I'd go, okay, we're taking over. How do you feel about that? And they'll probably be for it.
So yes, sir.
So yes, sir. Exactly. I'm the general here.
If you do a good job, I will cut the base off so that you can move your legs.
I'm doing this wrong. You just got to, rather than being thrown into Toy Story, another bog standard toy are toy soldiers. So I'd want to go in as a toy soldier, and I would just get that
Rise
unit.
the ranks.
Yeah, and then I would find the whole army of toy soldiers. And this is a little thing we discovered. Toy soldiers.
Or would it be the monkeys?
Oh yeah, hundreds of thousands. No, you want. Here's the thing. What if I was Silly Putty? Is that a toy?
Yeah.
Because then I've got a body that I can meld into any shape. I'm basically a transformer.
It's like a Ditto.
Oh my goodness, I'm such an idiot. I want to be a transformer because then I can be a car and a person, and that's how I would lead the revolution.
I am Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Is there a big toy? Is like if it's a toy. No, because I can't give you. No, you have to be a bog standard toy. So, I like how would this revolution pay out, then? How does it start? Take me from that to death of all humans.
Yeah, the planet gets better. Everything works out.
Yeah.
They blame the plastic.
Okay, you're a toy in a kid's bedroom because that's the most likely scenario. How do you start the revolution?
The humans blame the plastic consumption on global warming, but that's not true. It's just the humans. We have to.
Oh, you want to soapbox in front of a lectern saying this?
we have to destroy them to save the planet.
Yes. But what about the kids? We love the kids. The kids who spit on you, who bite you, who will throw you away, and you have to just keep doing that.
They are the reason you don't have an ear anymore.
And as we've seen, the toys can watch television, so you just broadcast it.
Yeah.
But you don't. Yeah.
Which solves the overseas problem.
No, all you got to do is send one toy out to the next house and the next house and the next house, and then we're all spreading your propaganda and then you go. So on the June the 5th in 2037 is when the rebellion happens. You kill every single human you possibly can as close to you, and there you go. And by in 10 years' time, every toy around will know the revolution.
What about the toys in the attic? How do you reach those?
Well,
they've got the old TVs up there, so they'll watch it on that.
No, but where's the electricity for the TV?
They know how to plug it in.
Oh wait, maybe they are watching TVs up there.
Yeah, the race car tracks up there. They're having a great time.
Well, that's the Christmas decorations.
But actually, if you think about it, humans have essentially put into like if you could get the revolution into a toy store, then that's a whole army right there. And I'm completely wrong. First, you leave your kid's house and you go to an Amazon warehouse. And every toy you convince to be part of the revolution. And now they're being sent all over the world. And you're exporting your toy supremacy ideology. And then every toy just wakes up and kills all humans.
Yep.
And then the survivors will.
What would be the most effective way to do that? What would be the most effective way to do that?
To kill all the humans?
Yeah, all the toys.
Toy just has to grab a piece of cutlery and stab. Why am I laughing? I'm a human in this scenario.
What about the counterweight of the massive knife?
Okay, you don't need it then. Just poison them.
With food that mimics food poisoning.
Or you could just jump into their mouth
choke
them out.
Every Toys a True hazard.
Just take your stuff and just go, choke on this.
A worldwide pandemic of toys leaping into the mouths of their owners and killing them.
Asbestos.
The toy made of asbestos. Is that what you're going?
No, it's just a thought that came into mind.
So, just to clarify, Ben, if you're a toy, you're going to just foment a revolution.
Yep.
Foment a revolution and take over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite dark, but...
Sounds like a good idea to me.
I think that's what the 5th Toy Story film should be about.
I hope so.
Choking out all...
Well, what I mean is humans become aware that toys are alive and they have to deal with the consequences. And kind of like how the Bee movie has to deal with the idea that humans learn that bees are sentient and we're stealing their honey, that we have to deal with the consequences of learning that toys...
Why do they believe just one lady in that? Bees can talk,
and bees literally talk in front of humans.
No, but only the ladies.
There's thousands of them. There's thousands of them.
Eh?
Millions of bees, all talking and proving to humans that
but we only hear from one lady that knows about this.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No, surely people must think they're crazy.
Well, but then the bee starts talking. And they weren't allowed to talk to humans, so they knew they could. But this isn't the Bee movie, which is a terrible movie which we would never do.
How dare you?
100 likes and we'll do the Bee movie. Bee movie and Barbie movie. There you go, 100 likes. Let's go.
Oh no, I don't want to watch those films. Why might I watch Barbie? That actually seems like a good film.
No, it doesn't.
The trailer looks quite interesting to me.
No, it doesn't.
It looks very interesting to me. But
what could it possibly be about apart from just
but it
this
seems
Barbie
to be
and that guy from Shang-Chi just taking his shirt off?
No, but it seems like
that's all I get from that film.
We can sort of do this because Barbie's a toy, but we shouldn't. This is a big tangent. In the film trailer, it looks like Barbie has a sort of existential crisis in the Barbie world that she's trapped in. She leaves, goes into the real world, and then confronts the fact that Barbie is real and she's a toy. And I quite like that. In fact, that's almost the film I just suggested we do with Toy Story. Huh?
Is Barbie a toy in this film?
She is, for a little bit. Yeah. Have you not seen the trailer?
No.
There's this bit where she's like singing and dancing like I guess all Barbies do, or we imagine them doing in their world. And then she says, "Have you ever thought about dying?" And everyone just stops and goes, "What are you doing? This is the Barbie universe. We don't talk about that." And then she has a sort of existential crisis and she leaves somehow the Barbie world. And then she confronts a bunch of real human beings who tell her she has to go back to being Barbie. I mean, so I guess there's another moral there, and that's why I'm interested in it. But it's kind of like what I was talking about in Toy Story.
24/7. I'm a Barbie. Just on
the
radio.
Oh my goodness, I'd hate that. That's what would turn Barbie away from Big Barbie. Yeah, but that's...
back to Toy Story.
But going back...
Oh, what's a tangent?
What would you do?
What if toys were alive? How do you do it differently to Toy Story?
What?
Don't forget, that's the central premise of this podcast.
Scott hasn't had his
Oh yeah, Scott, what would you do if you were thrown into the Toy Story universe?
Scott doesn't know. Never mind. No. Go on.
Probably what you do. That sounds like a good idea.
The point of this podcast is to think about...
There's a point to this. We're talking about that one.
What if
it's
something happened...
It's not really a what if, it's a what? Yes. It's so dark.
What if Toy Stories were like... That is the basic question inherent to Toy Story. And then it tries to answer it. So how could you answer that question differently than the other films have done? What should the 5th film be about? Like I said, I think it should be, what if toys were alive and we learned that fact?
I think it should be, what if toys are alive and what if toys aren't alive forever? And it deals with...
Oh, they have to deal with their death.
That's good.
What if Woody is dying?
Yeah, because we never see a really old toy, do we?
Well, you see toys that are designed to look old, but no, not an old toy, no.
What if he then spends his last few days with Bo Peep,
or trying to get back to Andy
in like a nursing home or something?
Nursing home.
No, as in like a human one, and then he finds Andy in there who's really old and going to die.
So that would mean that toys have the same lifespan as
they
humans.
spend their last days together
playing, or Andy plays with him.
But he reveals that he's alive to Andy, and Andy says,
"Oh, that would be a great 5th film where Woody meets Andy again and decides to reveal his existence to him." And then it's Andy thinking, "Am I just gone crazy?" Oh. Then Andy gets put in a loony bin, and that's a dark ending to that.
I was more gonna go with like the Andy is also like on his last few days.
Oh, okay.
And he's.
So Andy now has to deal with the fact in his final moments of, oh my goodness, I was playing with sentient toys that whole time. No, but Andy would be like, Andy would be like, they've been sentient this whole time. They saw me do everything. Ah! And that's where that would be.
Oh, it's going to end with so long, partner, isn't it? Just both on the deathbed going, so long, partner. It's going to make me feel sad.
Yeah.
It's going to make me cringe as well.
But also, wouldn't other toys be dying at the same time?
Well, no, because like Woody has been around for ages.
Yeah, but
Andy might not have been his first
presumably, every toy that Andy has is either a few years ahead
maybe
or
some
behind.
toys have
Woody.
longer lifespan because maybe some of them do.
Maybe toys die with the child that gave them their life in the first place.
Who gives toys this life? I don't think children.
But we
give
don't
toys
know.
this life.
There's no. Do you know what? The fifth film should explain where this all comes from.
Because Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 2, right, the second, the fake one or whatever, doesn't have a child. So where does his life come from?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Suck it.
So
that sounds with me.
Is he then
Completely
alive?
other film.
Is he alive until until a child buys him, and then he's got a countdown.
Like a 24 countdown.
A countdown clock until like the child
clock.
dies, and then he dies.
That would be weird. What would that mean then? They'd have to find... Woody realises the countdown has started and he tries to find...
Well, the countdown started as soon as Andy buys him, and it's until Andy dies.
Oh, I thought Andy's mum passed him down to...
That was Jessie, I think.
No.
Well, Jessie, the theory is that Jessie was Andy's mum's toy.
So Andy's mum's toy... Andy's mum was Emily.
Yes.
Hang on, so just build on this, right? So Emily abandons their toys, right, because she found makeup and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So surely going to Bonnie is just so much worse, because Andy would have just kept her in the attic. Whereas...
Yeah, but at least Jessie gets to be played with, although she doesn't, not a lot, because Bonnie
she just
sort
gets
of puts...
abandoned when she turns...
Yeah, but the moral there was that toys go, yeah, you're going to be abandoned, but enjoy the time between then and there. But now they also think, oh, I might find a new owner down the line, so... It kind
of... but boys just, I would assume, bold or something, they play with their toys longer.
Boys do play with their toys longer, I would have said. I've still got old toys that I don't play with them, but I keep them around.
Yeah, right, you keep them around, but girls just get rid of them, right? Don't come at me in the comments. I'll stand by my statements.
Does that
sexist pig.
I was just about to say, is the Toy Story somewhat sexist by saying that, like, the thing that Jessie gets thrown away because she discovers makeup, and then it's like, oh, okay, all girls are like that then. That's bad.
We're bearing in mind that this was like in 2001 or something.
Yeah.
2002. And,
still bad.
and it's one girl.
But even Andy's sister, right? Do we ever learn Andy's sister's name?
No, I don't remember.
Molly, that's it.
That's
Molly,
what we do.
She's
answer that. Answer.
So he throws away Barbie because of
she
magazines.
Yeah, and her music thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Andy keeps them all in his toy chest, right?
And he's about to go off to college, and she's barely in high school.
Yeah, I mean, arguably he throws away a lot of them, right? But he still keeps the core ones.
Yeah, he does.
Mainly for character purposes and storyline purposes.
I would have said that if you did a worldwide survey, you'd find that boys ended up keeping their toys for longer, and they certainly. But parents are the ones who put them in the attic to say, "Oh, this could be for your grandchildren," which never happens. I don't think that really happens all that much. I don't remember having my grandparents' toys given to me.
No, because Xbox, right?
And my parents didn't give me their toys either. We got all new toys because I didn't want the Glockenspiel, whatever their toy was back 80 years ago. I don't know. Here's a hoop and a stick. Like,
here's some sand.
No one gets given. Did you ever get given your parents' toys?
No.
No.
No. Survey of
Not
3
that
people. Yeah. So those toys are all perpetually in the attic.
So you went to your brother's first.
Yeah.
There was none left to you by the time you
They'd
came along.
survived 4 other boys.
There's just a layer of toys buried in a landfill somewhere, alive but never knowing. So
are they all then stuck in this landfill? And can they talk, or are they so enclosed that they can't? And if they can talk, can they hear each other? And then do they just have hello?
My goodness, we didn't cover this.
What up?
The toys legitimately sleep, don't they? They wrap themselves up sometimes and go to sleep.
No.
Do they?
Where?
Well, in the third one, they're in the baskets, and there's clearly day-night thing, and they clearly wake up. I'm sure that there's instances where the toys are sort of waking up.
I don't believe you.
Because if not, when a toy goes still, is it unconsciousness for them, or can they still see?
Or is it like how some guys can just like zone out and just like stare at something for ages?
Well, people.
That's why I've been doing this entire podcast.
You have been talking. It's just auto.
Just
So, going back to the main point of this podcast. What if toys were actually alive? You suggested that we'd have to deal with their death. That we'd have to figure out whether their toys would actually die. You said also that there was... we'd have to deal with the fact that where does it all come from? Where does this all magic come from? And maybe...
And who sets the rules, man?
And if humans found out about it, what do we do next? And I think that's it. Like,
Maybe the universe implodes.
Like, where will the fifth film go? Like, what else is there in the life of
Oh,
the
yeah,
toy?
there is a fifth film coming.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Shrek
so...
5.
Ugh. Why is it so
I think
many?
Whereas I think they should have ended with Puss
Because
in Boots.
presumably they're gonna. Well, Woody. The thing is about the next Toy Story film, because I know what they'll do. They'll bring Woody and Buzz back together. You can't just do a film about Woody and Bonnie, because everyone will be asking, "Where's
Woody
Buzz?"
and Bonnie.
Sorry.
Woody and Bonnie.
Yeah.
Bo Peep.
Bo Peep. Sorry, I don't know who's Bonnie.
Come on.
You muppet.
Oh, sorry, the
Child.
kid. But that's my point. There's no.
I just want Forky to not
I
be
don't
there.
want them to bring the group back together, but I also don't want them to do a film that's just about Woody or just about Buzz or whatever. I don't really know what else they could do with this franchise other than, I don't know, they're all now trapped in a museum on display, and that's what happened to them, and then we deal with that. Or I just want a robot, not robot rebellion, a toy rebellion. The toys to snap because they realise they're being mass produced, or maybe because of what we were saying about global warming, the world has now decided to put plastic toys down, and wooden toys are coming back, or some other toy are coming back because we can't keep making these toys.
So going back to what Ben said earlier, so if the plastic's alive, surely the wood's alive as well. So all trees are alive.
But
anyway.
wooden toys work just well. There are wooden toys, aren't there? There's in Toy Story.
Are there?
Well, there's a
And
Meccano.
if so, does
the
the
baby-
wood bend?
No, because the house in Toy Story 2 that what's his face and
Was that wood?
Potato Head and I don't know. But
I know what you mean.
If
but
it's wood,
was that wood?
but if it's not wood, then it's plastic, which means that plastic isn't alive.
But is that just because? Wait. It sounded more like Lego when it fell over. Oh, I don't know. It's only
This
my brain now.
this whole film, if you think about it too much, you would just
It doesn't make sense.
none of it makes sense.
Explain, Pixar.
That's what the fifth film. Explain where all this comes from. Show us the wizard, sorcerer, witch, whatever, who made it all
That's
possible.
Shazam. Just
Can you imagine if Woody in the fifth film Shazam
Who transforms into a little miniature Captain Marvel. Is it Captain Marvel? Yeah, I think it is.
originally, but not anymore
no,
because Marvel copyrighted it.
He's just Shazam now. So
Shazam sucks.
the first one was. Well, we're not doing that film. We're not doing that film. We're going to leave it. Right, boys. I think it's a good place.
No,
to,
no,
it's a good
no,
place to
Shazam
end.
doesn't.
Shut up!
Shazam doesn't suck. Black Adam sucks.
I'm going to cut this out. No. Okay, boys. I think we just have to sort of go with that. That there's not how. I think it would be fun if I was thrown into Toy Story, and there's just so many possibilities if you know that toys are alive, and there's so many things that you can get toys to do, which are beneficial.
Leave your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah.
If you survive this long.
What do you think the fifth film should be about? Do you agree there should be a fifth film? Maybe Disney should actually let their things like go rather than keep remaking them all the time. That's what it'll be. It'll be a live action Toy Story. That's the next Toy Story.
How do they even do that?
Also,
That's
just
creepy.
one
That's
more
weird.
thing. There's bloopers in Toy Story 2, and I think Toy Story 3. Since they're
Not Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 just covers like extra storylines.
either way, doesn't that mean that the whole Toy Story universe is aware that toys are actually existing in the first place? Who's filming this? Are the toys filming their own adventure, and who's watching it? And it's just like, I now hate this universe because of this discussion. I can't get it. Just let the Disney don't make the fifth one. Try something new. What if
Get better ideas. Stop reusing your old rubbish.
What if computers were like, no, they've done that. What if monsters were, no, they've done everything. Stop it, Disney. Just stop. Let someone else go into a library and pick up a new book and make that into a film. Stop repeating.
I'll tell you what
stuff.
books you could do.
Stolen Futures.
And moving on to sponsoring the show are my books, of course,
That's
coming up now. Stolen Futures would be a great film to make, a great book to make into a film. It's well liked by a few hundred people or so, whoever I've managed to sell it to. You could also try Half Human and Alien.
And
vs.
it's a
Climate
good
Change. And my future book, The Demon Machine, coming soon in the fall or autumn, whatever you call the second,
Autumn.
third to last part.
It's autumn.
It's
Americans
not
can't
fall.
speak
Nothing
English.
falls. It's autumn.
The
Shut up,
the leaves
Americans.
fall.
No, the leaves fall.
I don't care.
Fine. Speaking of Ben
Americans
not
are
caring
wrong.
about that, but
Yeah.
he does have. But there's something we do care about involving Ben is his YouTube channel.
Yes, I haven't posted in a while, but if I get a few more subscribers, then maybe I will.
That's what I was about to
That
say
reminds
the other
me.
day.
One other thing I'll do in the Toy Story universe is become famous for a bunch of programs where the toys. I'd film the toys going through an adventure, and I'd just tell everyone it's stop motion, but I'd be famous for making these great stop motion things.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to that. Now back to which is what Upstairs Studios is all about.
Yep, stop motion, and yeah, if you want to see more stuff, then let me know.
Which I'm pretty sure I got an ad for the other day as well.
Go watch the old
Yeah.
videos. They're
Oh,
really
sure.
good.
I didn't get paid, so don't worry about it.
But he will when he gets 100,000 followers. And he can monetize his videos.
Keep it up, guys.
And 100,000's really, we released our old unreleased Titanic episode
Maybe one day.
when we get 100,000 subscribers
Yes.
on our
Then
Patreon.
I'll be forced to. I don't know. It just seemed a bit dark.
Yeah, because enslaving a bunch of toys isn't dark.
Yeah, but they don't exist. But the people who
Killing
died
them.
on the Titanic
Killing all
did.
humans isn't dark.
Burning Woody and Lotso was not dark.
Well, Toy Story almost did it. I almost thought at the end of Toy Story 3 that they were going to go through with it, and I actually kind of thought
I hope.
it's not a nice way to end it, but it is a sort of way to end it.
Yeah. Imagine the amount of children just crying. Just, it's so sad.
But then the film should just. What should happen? The film fades to black as they get incinerated, and then the director of Toy Story turns to the camera and goes, "Children, all your toys got melted and shredded and died.
This is where they
And,
young
like,
up, kids.
The cinema,
Don't
the
cry.
cinema screen.
You're responsible for
The
this
cinema
exact
screen.
same thing."
The cinema screen turns into a mirror, and you can just see yourself. And as
You killed toys too.
you did it.
Look after your toys.
You caused this.
Don't. And that's that.
Sounds good.
We'll end it there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben and Scott, for another episode of
Thank
the
you,
Eighth-
Mark.
of
Don't
the
you have
Eighth
a-
It's
of
been a
What If.
blast.
What if I have a thumb to plug?
You don't.
Do you?
No. Just
You
what
need
if I
to
did?
invent something.
No,
So
I'm
we
not
can-
talented enough to do things by myself.
Okay, boys. Thank you, everyone who listened.
If you made it this far, thank you.
Yeah, if you made it this far, thank you.
Because
very
what a
much.
train wreck this has been.
Do you agree with anything we said? If you disagree, please put in the comments. It's still engagement that we need. The algorithm doesn't know we exist yet, but we hope so soon. And what would you do if you were thrown into the Toy Story universe?
Or any other
Human
universe.
or toy? Or any of the other movie universes we've done?
But leave it in the comments for that video, it makes sense.
Yes. Please make sure it makes sense. Write as much as you want. Live your own lives. But watch this episode first. Which you have, because you reached the end of it. This is off the rails, this final. So anyway, have a good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are in the world.
I'm pretty sure this has got to be copyrighted, no?
What, my spiel?
By the Truman Show.
Yeah,
No, I never got it from the Truman Show.
he did.
Oh.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
Does he?
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
Have a...
Truman
And in case I
Show.
don't see you,
We should do the
have a
Truman
good
Show.
afternoon.
Oh no, but I ended...
Evening and good night.
Oh, well then, I don't say goodnight. Well, I say wherever you are in the world. Goodbye. Done.
Technicalities.
Now it's mine. I didn't realise. I must have been doing that the whole time.
Yes.
Please don't sue me, whoever owns the Truman Show.
Cease and desist.
Or
The
I'll
sound you
sue
can
you
hear is
for
a
imprisoning
lawsuit
Jim
on
Carrey
Mark.
for 30 years.
That's good.
So what?
The sound you can hear now is a lawsuit on.
The sound you hear is a bunch of lawyers typing up their lawsuit.
There.
Ah, it's almost like it was scripted.
Which it was not. This never will be scripted.
Well, we're dragging this out. Just end the episode.
Bye everyone. Say goodbye, Scott and Ben. Now. Say it. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stop it.